Today we journey into the minds of the finest internet conspiracy theorists found on Reddit, also known as fans with too much time and not enough supervision. But without wasting too much of our own time, let's hop on in. We are live here at the Laughter where Luffy is about to claim the One Piece and wait, oh, what's this? By God, it's Rouge with a steel chair. Oh my God. Wait, hold on, this guy might be cooking with it. A Rouge and Porcus D Rouge. Both have the same Rouge in their name, and both Ace and Rouge have the same necklace. By God, he's figured it out. This man has figured it out. Yeah, with the recent events in the manga, I'm not too sure if this one can happen because Mihawk being 43 years old and God Valley happening, what, 38 years ago? That means Mihawk would be 4 or 5 at the events of God Valley, and Rayleigh barely gets to Shaki and they kind of become a thing, I'm assuming, after God Valley happened. So I don't see them having a kid 4 or 5 years before God Valley actually happened. Now, I can kind of see this one happening as of now in the manga. Tritoma and Dragon will meet on God Valley when they both separately try to save Shaki. The only problem with this is Dragon isn't there to save Shaki right now. He's currently trying to save Shanks and Shamrock, but I could see him running into Tritoma as she pulls up to God Valley as with the same reasoning of everybody else to try and save Shaki, and maybe she helps Dragon get away with baby Shanks and possibly baby Blackbeard or something. But I could see them definitely meeting up on God Valley as the Kuja pirates band together and also raid God Valley in hopes to, you know, save their former empress. But I'm not too sure if I'm sold on it entirely, but I could definitely see this one coming true. This guy says here, Rocks breaks into the room of flowers and Dragon breaks into Imu's bedroom to steal her flower, if you know what I mean. Oh my God, that is definitely a one-up by Dragon over Rocks. Dragon's definitely top 1 if he pulled that maneuver off. Everything that Dragon has built to destroy the world government, only for Imu to end up being Luffy's mom. And Dragon low-key clapped Imu. Jeez, man. Oh man, the One Piece fans have no chill. Who else thinks Oda could have done a much better job with Smoker after the time skip? I think a lot of people are kind of in this boat. The Marines just get hella underlooked, I think, pretty much in every aspect. Smoker really has done nothing since the first like 100 chapters of the series, nonetheless, just after the time skip. That we just don't have someone in the new era of the Marines like Garp and Son Goku who were hunting pirates and like actually feared and succeeded. Like we have Akainu, people are scared of Akainu and like kind of the current admirals, but even the current admirals, they don't put fear into you like Garp was back in God Valley or Sengoku. Like Garp pulled up, he had Kaido, Big Mom, and Whitebeard running. There's no one in the Marines right now that will have, you know, Luffy, Shanks, or Blackbeard running away at this point in the story. The Marines are just kind of falling off in an aspect of the story right now because they don't have no big players of significance right now. It's more world government and God Knights and stuff like that. Arlong hasn't been the same since East Blue because he's a slave at Mary Joie. Nami and Jinbei will run into him during the future assault and he will have to confront Fisher Tiger's legacy. Wasn't it confirmed that Arlong was being held and impaled down? I could have sworn that's what that was. Aizma says the giant straw hat in Mary Joie isn't Joy Boy's straw hat, but Joy Boy himself. As Joy Boy was a giant straw hat that ate the Hiro Hiro no Mi model Nika. Now, if that is a theory that ends up becoming true, I can't even be mad at that. That would honestly fit Oda's humor. I could kind of see something like that happening. I don't believe it's true, but that would be a twist like no other in One Piece. I feel like that's actually like hilarious. All of the current emperors will reach Laugh Tale. Buggy and Shanks need to go there to fulfill their promise. Luffy is a no-brainer, and Blackbeard is certainly not going to be the one left out. I would actually love to see something like that happen, but instead of like Laugh Tale, I think it would be the island before, what's it called, Lodestar. I think that would be more of a Lodestar type of deal where they all show up to the final island before Laugh Tale, where one of them becomes the king of the pirates. That would be epic as fuck. I don't know how that ends because Luffy's crew, Shanks' crew, Buggy's crew, I feel like they all wouldn't be too fond of fighting each other over it. I'm sure they would, but if Blackbeard is there, that seems kind of like a 3v1 against 3 Yonko crews versus Blackbeard. Blackbeard's definitely strong knowing his heritage and all this. We know this is for certain, but he's not winning a 1v3 against Luffy, the Straw Hats, the red-haired pirates, and Buggy's crew with Mihawk and Crocodile. Like, that's just not happening. So there would have to be something in here, like a God Valley incident maybe, where all four of them show up on the island, as do the world government, the Gorosei, Akainu, the admirals all show up on an island, and it's just, this is the final war right here. Like, before one of them becomes a pirate king, you have to survive this war. Imu was in love with Nefeltari D. Lily, and her betrayal is what led to the Void Century and the war that had been ongoing. Imu was just a heartbroken hater, taking it out on the world. So, this would basically just be Goon Valley 1.0, wouldn't it? The original Goon Valley, I feel like. This is a fun one. Not a theory, but Fujitora pulling down a piece of the moon to do some serious damage in the final war, but not realizing that Enel and his army was on that piece of the moon. I mean, that is a theory. You're theorizing that Fujitora pulls pieces of the moon down to do serious damage, and Enel is on the moon, of course, as we know, with an army. I love that. That's kind of like one of the best ways we could bring Enel back into the story, probably, besides him just flying back down here himself. That would definitely bring like an interesting aspect into the final war. The One Piece is something that lets you destroy the Red Line, maybe one of the ancient weapons, and then if this happens, Luffy will be able to navigate the world without any problems. If I'm not wrong, this was part of his dream, or at least something he wanted. The prophecy about Luffy destroying Fishman Island would be true, because the Red Line would probably fall down and destroy Fishman Island, and the fishmen can escape. I mean, they're fishmen. They should be able to just like get out of there before it's destroyed. Nami would be able to create a map of the whole world without a problem. The All Blue would become real because all the seas would become one. Brook would meet Laboon once again, so we're fulfilling dreams now. Fishmen would need to find another place to live. This means they would be able to live with humans. Celestial dragons live on the Red Line, so their home would be destroyed. Also, maybe this is something I thought Frankie could implement, that on the ship before being able to use it, which would mean that the Sunny would become the strongest ship ever, Frankie's dream. I'm pretty sure that Frankie's dream was just for him to build a ship that would travel around the entire world, not that he would build the strongest ship ever. He would be accomplishing that if they find the One Piece and then they have to travel back, because at that point they've traveled around the whole world using Frankie's ship, so his dream's complete. Got Nami's dream being complete. She'll be able to make a map of the whole world. The All Blue, there's Sanji's dream. Brook and Laboon, excuse me. That's Brook's dream, of course. Fishman Island would need to find another place to live, which means that could be Jinbei's dream, because I don't think we really have established what Jinbei's dream is, but I could see this accomplishing Jinbei's dream. Luffy, we really don't know what like his true dream is yet, besides becoming Pirate King, which he would become Pirate King if they find the One Piece, obviously. The only thing with this is, like, what's so funny about that? Why is it called Laugh Tale? Why are the Roger Pirates laughing at it if it's just destroy the Red Line? I feel like their crew would have been pretty capable of that with how powerful they were. But I like this. Maybe there's some things to tweak and work around that, but I could definitely see this like being a thing. Maybe it's funny because the Celestial Dragons finally get destroyed and nobody likes them. That's why they were laughing. It's like, oh, those bastards have it coming for them, right? That definitely would accomplish at least 5 of the crew's dreams, and then along the way Zoro could beat Mihawk before they get finished. I don't know, there's definitely some tweaks in there. I think we'll end it off on that one though. That is good. What I've learned today: Buggy is indeed Rox's kid, because there's a bajillion theories on it. I think people just want that to be true because it would be funny. If you guys enjoyed videos like this and you want to see more of this, we will continue to read some ridiculous One Piece fan theories. Leave a like, leave a comment, make sure to subscribe, and you guys are beautiful. Peace out.